Dear viewers and lovers of research, welcome. I'm Livia PV and I'm here today to discuss with you guidelines to the reviewer. Review is a process of evaluating and summarizing another person's article. Thus, a reviewer always plays a very important role in the publication of an article or manuscript. Review or successful review allows the author to improve and increase the quality of the manuscript, thereby helping the editor also for better publishing. So there are some guidelines which can be followed if you want to create a very successful, very apt review, and there is specific format also. In this video, we are going to discuss about these things in 5 different steps. The first one is the pre-review guidelines, then review report format, then skim process, scan process. These are the reading tools which can be used for effective reading, and the structure and style. So we'll start with pre-review guidelines. Pre-review, that is, even before starting the review, what all things you have to take care of. The first one is the time frame, whether you can complete the work on time. For this, you have to consider the journal's policies and the editor's regulations. And the next one is the clarity of the purpose of the article and its findings, whether I can do an effective review. Then, am I sufficiently knowledgeable in this article topic? So, how we can do this before the starting of the review? When the invitation for the review is given to you, a copy of abstract will be given by the editor. So, by reading this abstract, you can make sure these 3 points are covered there. In that case, positively it's yes, then you can accept the invitation, and without any delay you can do it. Otherwise, you can report any kind of conflict of interest with the editor, or you can even recommend a peer reviewer for this. Then, review report format. The structure of a review is always based on or varies, differs as per the journal's prefers. So, there is informal reviews and formal reviews. Informal reviews, the journal will not give you any kind of criteria. They will be asking you just the analysis. So, in this scenario, you can just go through all the examples of other reviews in the same journal, and when the time goes, you become you practice on this, and you can come up with your own style. And when a journal asks for a formal review, they'll always help you with those specific questions or questionnaires to which you can just answer different sections and everything. Or at the end of the review, scorecards will be given to you. You can rate it, and for this they'll be providing you formal guidelines by the journal itself, and they'll give you directions regarding the structure of it. Even though it's informal and formal, a general review should have a title and abstract which gives the purpose of the article. Title should be specific and reflecting the content. Then you should always identify the article, the author, title, year and place of publication. Then the next section should be summarization. Critique should be there, the evaluation. Then conclusion with suggestions, and you should always proofread it. The reading, as I told you, there should be 2 readings. That is, first reading, skim through the article to know about this manuscript as a whole, and then scan. Scanning is the second reading, where you will be narrowing down the evaluation step by step. While skim read, that is the first reading, very fast reading throughout the manuscript, you will get a first impression of the article, and you will get a rough idea about the potential possible recommendations you may make towards the end of the review. While the first reading, you should consider, is the article relevant to the field of topic? Is it original and is it innovative? Is there anything new about this? It should be clear, and is the conclusion, the findings, consistent with the evidences given in the paper? And credibility. What does this paper do towards the existing knowledge in this area? Does it add some quality towards it? And whether tables and figures are consistent with the evidences and with the findings. After considering all these things, you can go to the identification of any kind of major ambiguity or major flaws. Is there any contradictory conclusions given? The methodology used, is it proper or improper? Any kind of miscommunication is there? is the process described in the paper is wrong or right. All these things you can do in the first reading itself. So after reading it, skimming it, you should come up with 2 different paragraphs. Now these paragraphs will be a medium to compose your thoughts after the first reading. Now this is not the actual review, but it's a strong base to start with your review. In the first paragraph, you should summarize the research question, the goals of this research, the approaches given there, and the conclusions. This will surely help the editor to contextualize and to decide on the publishing of it. And you can weigh your own judgments regarding this review because you are making a very first impression based analysis of it. And you can, through this paragraph, communicate the key themes to the author, so author himself or herself can check whether whatever they wanted to communicate with the reader, is it right or wrong, whether the message has reached the reader. And you can always include the successful aspects about the paper in this. So you are weighing your own judgment. And the second paragraph should include the contribution of the research towards the existing knowledge, whether it's interesting or apt, whether the methods used are appropriate or not, and are the data given supports the findings. So at this stage, after the first reading and writing 2 paragraphs about it, you can come up with your judgment whether to reject the paper or not. So even if you feel that it should be rejected after the first read, you should not stop reading there. Go on reading the full article. Why? Because you can just check your own opinion, plus you can write positive points for the future submission, though this paper can be rejected. Scan read is the second reading. After skim read, then scan read. In the second reading, you will go through each and everything of this paper, and you'll come up with the decision whether this paper is publishable or not. And you also help prepare a proper manuscript because you are going through each and every word. You always make a separate note while reading for the second time. Do not scribble in the manuscript itself because it can be confusing. In this stage, you can group similar comments, your praises or the evaluation, similar comments together. Always note line numbers when you are making comments because it will be helpful for the future reference. And whatever images, graphs, tables are given in this article, you always have it in your view because while reading you have to check this also. So you can either print it out or you can have it in a separate screen. So while scanning, what all things you have to look for? Critique construction. The evaluation, you can construct it. Whether any ambiguous or confusing ideas are given or any factual errors like data and everything, anything there is an error is, and any invalid arguments are there, is the title apt, is the abstract is giving the actual idea, are the keywords are proper, and is the paper's length is proper. You can check for the language also, whether the better communication of some aspects can be given in a better way, or do the author have to consider the resubmission? If the author resubmitted, can you review it as a reviewer? And grammar and punctuation is a very minimal thing, but still you can highlight and suggest amendments in the paper. So you go through each and everything. The introduction given in the paper, the originality of it should be checked, whether the aims given is clear enough, the material and methods used in the paper, is it according to the standard guidelines or ethical standards are compromised or is it completely followed, and results and discussion part, whether the data is critically analyzed properly, conclusion, is it consistent with the aim and the methods, and list of reference also you have to check for accuracy, whether it's properly given, is it adequate, is it all the references are given, balances, does it help the reader to go through these reference and check the importance of the relevance of the paper. Any kind of plagiarism is there, identified or suspected. If you surely know it, you have to reject the paper. If you suspect plagiarism, you can always report it to the editor. The last one is search engine optimization. What is this? In this millennial years, the online Google, the search engine is very important. So you have to optimize the terms used, the key terms, the paper's title and everything, so that if you search in the computer, online, your paper should come up really fast. So accordingly, is it optimized? The capacity is optimized. If you rectify the title and everything, that should also be checked by the reviewer. Now, if you go to the structure, 3 important things should be there. Summary, you should always give positive feedback. You should summarize the article and its findings. You always put the paper and the article into context in the existing knowledge. And is it significant? Is it new? Some kind of a novelty should be there. The quality, wholesomeness, the strength of the topic should be given in there. And any kind of flaws also you have to mention it. Major issues, what you have to mention is any kind of flaws, does it have a major impact on the article? You have to answer that. Is the paper already published? Is the topic already published? You have to make sure of it. Specific revisions, whatever revisions you are recommending, be specific about it. Any kind of presentational problems is there, you have to mention it. Any ethical issues or breach is there, you have to mention it. Minor issues like ambiguity, correct references, factual errors, appropriateness of figures and tables, you can mention in that. And the presentation and style should be polite, clear, honest, constructive and objective. You should not crucify the author. Criticisms and confidential comments to the editor, give it in such a way that it can be shared with the author also. So do not just go on backstab him or kill the person. Just give it constructively. Recommendations for acceptance, revisions, rejection. Whatever recommendation you are giving, it should be backed up, supported by a proper evidence. So having said it all, the most important thing is you be the researcher's friend, the author's friend, and you have to help as a reviewer to publish their work. And keep in mind that all the researchers in that matter, it's not perfect. Always minor flaws will be there. So as your expertise goes on as a reviewer, you will be aware of what kind of imperfections are very common and acceptable. So accordingly, you judge yourself. So we shall be providing brief notes of this topic. You can use the reference links for more information. It will be given in the following page. These are the references. So go through these references for more information.